Hello, everyone. It's been a very long time since I posted on the channel. I kind of quit the channel pretty much, but I'm back just with some PSA submissions. The first time I've ever submitted to PSA. I have not opened it yet. Um, it's all Pokemon. Um, and I just kind of wanted to post on the channel just video because I've never done it. What I submitted was a couple vintage cards, but I also submitted the Burning Shadows Charizard, the Champions Path Charizards, as well as an Evolutions Charizard holographic. I'm also gonna, as I reveal them, go through, kind of look up on price charting here. I got my computer behind. Oh, and as you see, part of the reason why I haven't posted on the channel in a very long time or did any kind of openings or video game stuff is we built a house and moved and everything. So this is the new game room. It's a lot smaller. It's more like kind of like office size, and it's mostly just made up of modern stuff. None of my vintage gaming or anything like that is in here. It's just my Xbox, PS5, and Switch. Well, let's get into it. I got a little knife here, and we'll crack it. I want to do because the most valuable card that's going to be in here, no matter the grades, is going to be the Burning Shadows Charizard. So I would like to save that for last, if possible. I also don't know how this opens, so, and I don't want to ruin it. Okay, so there's the PSA logo, bubble wrap. So how do I do this without ruining it for you and myself? So lots of bubble wrap here. The vintage cards will be, I can't remember. One's a Gyarados, I believe, and then I can't remember if I submitted Blastoise or Venusaur or what. Okay, so here's the paper. I don't know if the grades are on here. Doesn't look like it. Okay, so what I submitted was, this is the sheet. Yeah, I think this is the sheet I sent with. So we'll set this to the side. So Burning Shadows Charizard. Base set Venusaur Hollow. Champions Path, the Charizard V. Champions Path VMAX. Evolutions Charizard Hollow. Rocket Dark Blastoise, and then Gym Challenge Giovanni's Gyarados. So those are the submissions. Now, okay, so looks like it's, try to do this how they do it. Okay, so here's the first one, which is the Giovanni's Gyarados. So let's start with a vintage card. So Giovanni's Gyarados, you can see as a reflection of my computers there. So let's see what the Giovanni's Gyarados got. What is that? Is that a 9? A 6. Okay. That's all right. I'm shocked. I mean, I bought, this was used. So a mint 6. Let's see. And PSA is doesn't do, as far as I know, it doesn't do half scores. I think BGS does. It did have whitening and stuff, so there is definitely whitening on the corners. Again, these are used. My vintage cards are all used, so nothing's like clean or fresh. So I mean, it's not terrible. I'm just using my phone today. I don't have any kind of camera set up because I haven't posted on the channel in forever. So I mean, the hollow definitely had scratches and stuff. I was expecting better than a 6, but that's okay. Stuff I do have graded currently. That these couple BCCG ones that I've gotten, like Beckett BCCG. I've gotten in like different mystery boxes and stuff. These aren't really worth much. I do have a Morpeko. That's a 9 from Mint Grading Ink. Not bad. I do have this Japanese Neo card. Meganium. Also a 9. Not bad. But my the most valuable card I have currently is a Charizard VMAX. This I did like one of those openings where you pay to get into an opening, and then they pulled this for me, and then you were able to pay $15 to have them send it out. This took over a year and a half to get, almost like 2 years. This was in the midst of the terrible PSA like backup they had because Pokemon got so big again. But this is a 9, so it's worth like over $100 or so. I will say this submission didn't take long at all. They estimated April, and I got it back. This is the Dark Blastoise. I submitted in like, when did I submit this? Submission date 1/20/24. They estimated like the middle of April, and I already got it back. It technically came Friday, but I wasn't here to sign for it, so I had it sent to a Walgreens. You can do that with FedEx. If you need a signature, you can send it to Walgreens. So Dark Blastoise. Sorry about that glare. One of my favorite cards, and this is my favorite set of all time. Let's see what we got. A 5. Dang. I was really hoping for better on that, too. But the hollow pattern is definitely scratched up. I wish y'all could see it on there, but the glares, maybe you could see a little bit. So the back, definitely whitened edges as well. So, understandable. But I wasn't going to do anything with these vintage cards except keep them in, like, the pro sleeves and stuff anyway. So, I might as well get my favorite ones graded and then I can display them. Okay. So, the modern card should have better scores. This is the Evolutions Charizard. This should be a better score. I'm hoping for a 10 on this. I sent in my best one. I have multiples of these. I sent in my best looking one. So, obviously, it's the Evolutions Hollow, which is reminiscent of the base set, or a reprint of the base set. A 9. Okay, mint 9. It's got to be the centering then, I'm guessing. A little bit of whitening on the back. The corners also... Yeah, I guess that corner's not the roundest either. Yeah, there is some whitening on some of these corners. Oh, also this, well, looks like it has, I didn't notice this before till it's in the case now, but it does have a print line across the top here of the top part of the hollow pattern. That stinks. Also, the centering, I'm noticing now too, isn't like the greatest. But a 9. Let's look to see what the evolutions. Actually, we'll do the values at the end. We'll do the values at the end, because the Burning Shadows one, which is not this one. This is the VMAX Champion's Path. The Burning Shadows one has the potential of the most value, and it's the most valuable card I've had the longest since I got back into Pokemon. I pulled it pretty early on, getting back in. So early on that I didn't even really know what I had pulled till I sent it to a buddy. But this is the Champion's Path VMAX. Pretty cool card. Worth, I don't know, what is this worth ungraded? 100 or so bucks, 150 maybe. I don't know. I haven't looked at the values in a while, but graded it was definitely worth more. I'm guessing it'll probably be a 9 just because how it's going so far. So yep, a 9, mint 9. See, in these rainbow ones, it's hard to tell. The centering is hard to tell when you go to send it in because it doesn't have that prominent border, like especially right here, because it like bleeds into the card. The card goes to the edges. I thought the back was pretty clean. This is the only one I have, so it's not like I had another one to choose to send it, but I'll take a 9. We'll look that one up. That could be worth that probably doubled its value. Okay. This is the V, so the other Champion's Path card. A 10! A 10! Yes! Yeah, we got a 10. All right, this has really great centering, and the back is really clean. I did have 2 of these at one point, and I sold the other one ungraded. So I'm glad I kept the better one. Apparently, looks good. So that's a 10. Charizard V. We'll definitely look up the value of that one at the end. And yeah, I won't be able to edit the video. Not like I was able to at the old one. So this is the Burning Shadows one. We will save that. So that means... Ooh, almost lost it. So that means this is the Venusaur. This is our base set Venusaur. I knew this wasn't in the best shape, but it's going to be more valuable graded, because I think ungraded, hollow, not first edition, and not shadowless, it isn't really worth much, like $40 or something. So I knew graded, I would at least double my value, at least get it to be worth 100, no matter the grade, really, unless it's like a 1. But it's not going to be that bad. So it's in decent shape. Let's see what we got. A 6. Okay. Okay, not bad for used and some scratches. The centering's not great, top to bottom either, as you can tell there. So, I mean, but again, this was just sitting around in the sleeve. It was, I don't have a Charizard. I wish I did. And I don't have a Blastoise base set, not yet at least. So, this was, I mean, I'll show you some other cards I plan to grade next. This was just my first submission. How's the back look? Yeah, see the back, the corners and edges aren't great. So, for a used card, we definitely have some decent cards we could send in. I have some decent Deoxys cards and stuff that might be able to get a better value. But what we're here for is the big one, the Burning Shadows Zard. These are going, 10s are going for over $2,000 right now. So even a 9 is great. That this card's already like ungraded, like $400 or $500. So yeah, what a 9 will at least double us. A 10 will be worth a lot. So a 9. Okay, I was hoping for that 10. There's not too many out there, so a 9 is not bad at all, though. Not bad at all. Yeah, I knew it'd be tough to get a 10. They probably don't hand out too many, but I thought the centering was pretty prime to send this in. So there's got to be something else. And I don't really have whitening or bad edges on this card either. I took good care of it. It immediately went to his sleeve, even though I didn't know what I pulled. So now that I'm looking at the back centering is bad, so that's why. Look at that. The back centering's bad. That's why we didn't get it. Still gave us a 9, though. So let's look that up on price charting. And see what it is. So 2017 Pokemon Sun and Moon Charizard GX. Okay, maybe let's add Burning Shadows. Burning Shadows Charizard GX. There it is. Okay, so see, this is saying ungraded only $200, $199. But I know on TCG Player right now ungraded it's like 400 something. So a 9, they're saying only like $500, $467. PSA 10 is up to $2,400, one sale per week. 9.5s, we could like send this to BGS and see if we could get a 9.5 instead, which would increase the value quite a bit. Let's pull up eBay and just see what a 9 sold for real quick recently. So Burning Shadows, Charizard, GX, PSA 9. Okay, so we got some listings, 3, 500, a lot of bid ones. Let's just look at, let's scroll down. If you go to the left, look at the left and scroll to the bottom, and then go to the show only part. You can click sold items, sold and completed items, and then see what it comes back. So a PSA 8 sold on March 3rd for $284 after 3 bids. So a Mint 9 sold for $475 on March 3rd. So maybe we hold on to this and see if we get, so that's pretty in line with what price charting said. So maybe we hold on to it for a while. Was really hoping for that 10, because then I would have sold it for sure, probably. But now I think I might just keep it in the collection, especially since it's so hard to pull. It'd be much more valuable down the road. Let's look at the Venusaur real quick. I doubt it's a 6 is worth much. Yeah, 6 ain't even on here. So ungraded $44.70. A 7's worth like $100. So we're probably somewhere around that. It probably doubled its value. The Charizard V getting a 10 is big. Getting a 10 is big. I'm very curious on this. Champions Path. I'll try to end this video fairly quickly here, because we're up to like 17 minutes and I'm not going to be able to edit it or anything. It's just going to go straight in the channel. Champions Path Charizard V. Of course it won't come up easily. Champions Path. Pokemon Champions Path. Charizard. Try that. Of course, why would it be on here? Not come up right away. Let's add the number. Maybe it's number 79. The number 79. There it is. Okay, so a 10 on price charting right now is up to $235.50. Not bad. Not bad. Ungraded, this is $120. So we essentially doubled. We could check eBay for sold ones. Charizard V, Champions Path, PSA 10. And we're still on sold finished. So let's see. March 4th, one sold for $278. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. $255 on March 3rd. A lot of bid ones that they just accepted the best offer. So one went on March 2nd for $225. So we're somewhere around the $250 range. Let's see if the VMAX is worth more. I don't know. Because it got a 9, so it might not be. Yeah, 9's only $152. So they're about the same value, graded 10. Ungraded 140. So we didn't really increase it at all, I guess, really? I don't know. You'd have to... I mean, it's not... at this point, it'd probably be better to hold on to some of these. And then, I just think Champion's Path was so printed and so many people pulled these two. The values kind of plateaued. Because initially, these were worth, ungraded, worth like hundreds. So, yeah. What was that? That was a 9, right? Yeah. Yeah, so about 150, 160 range in a 9. So about $100 less. So now we didn't really increase the value much more by grading it. Not that, I mean, one on February 20th sold for 337s. Oh, that was a Gem Mint 10. Okay, so yeah, we're definitely in the like 150 range, 175. On a good day probably. So it didn't really increase the value much. That one might not have been worth it. I'm curious on the evolutions. Charizard number, what is it? 11? Which would be evolutions. So ungraded was down to about $40. A PSA 10 in this is up to like 1,600 though. That's part of why I graded it. A 9 is only 100. Again, if we got a 9.5, which we could resubmit to BGS, this one might be worth one doing. That jumps up to like 420. So, and we'll skip these two. Obviously, they're not gonna be worth. They probably just doubled their value. I'd say. We'll check the Dark Blastoise. It's not first edition either, so ungraded it's 48. So a 5 probably doubles that. Maybe not even. Depends on who you get. I mean, a PSA 10 is only 1,200. So, and then Giovanni's Gyarados number 5. Not first edition again. Ungraded again, 40, but it's not mint either. So again, those ungraded ones would be would be like near mint condition. Obviously these aren't, so we wouldn't even get $40 for them. A 7 is 60, they're saying, so a 6 probably $50 or so, somewhere around there. Again, probably worth holding on to, or that's more for collection purposes. But the big win of the day is getting a 10 on that Charizard V. That's cool. And decent 9. But we'll probably hold on to it. Some ones I want to submit. Going forward, I got a little stack of cards that I plan to submit throughout the coming year or two. Got like a Mewtwo. We have a non-hollow Dark Charizard. Here's these like Deoxys cards I was telling you guys about. So maybe those. We got some Pikachus. We got a Dark Raichu Rocket, but again, some of these are pretty scratched up. Erica's Dragonair, Misty Seadra. Got 2 Electabuzzes. We could send the best one out. Got that Dark Typhlosion. Possible Pharaoh. Got some non-hollow stuff. We got a Raichu, Dark Gyarados, one of my favorite cards, Dark Dragonite, Moltres, Alakazam. So possibilities. But if you're watching this, if you get the little notification, if you're subscribed, which I think once I stopped doing the channel it was only around like 200 subscribers. But if you get that little notification and you'd like me to send some more in and do some more stuff like this, it really wasn't that expensive. And the PSA turnaround is pretty quick now. So I wouldn't mind doing it. Sending in some modern cards. I got a lot of modern pulls. Could even send in some new Paldean Fates. I've opened quite a bit of that, or 151. But hope you enjoyed this about 25-minute video. Sorry it took so long, but that was fun, and I'm glad we got some good grades. Not so good on the vintage, but I guess if I keep doing this, I'll see you guys on the next grading one, and maybe some video gaming stuff in the future. I'd love to start streaming in the new game room now that I got good internet. So thanks, guys, and if you're still subscribing or you end up watching this because of the notification, that's awesome. Good to see you guys again, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video.